Without a ball being kicked, it's been a dramatic and uplifting week for Newcastle United. Back to the Premier League comes arguably its most iconic figure, and St James's Park is ready to hail the return of another favourite son. It's the sound of hope and belief that a Tyneside hero can turn things around for their and his club. Only an 8-game mission, he insists, and the first couldn't be more difficult against a Chelsea side still in with a title chance and intent on turning the party mood blue. If he stays fit, there's no doubt that Michael Owen will start all those 8 games. He's back in the side as captain today, one of 3 changes made by the new boss. As well as Owen, Jonas Gutierrez and Habib Bey come in, with defenders Stephen Taylor and Sebastian Bassong ruled out by injury. No Drogba or Basingwa for Chelsea, but they do have John Obi Mikel fit and well again. He'll anchor the midfield behind Essien and Lampard. Michael Ballack's on the bench, and so's Deco, who's made a rapid recovery from a hamstring problem. Martins. First moment of action for the Newcastle United goalkeeper. And Kalou ahead of Colaccini. Harper to punch, and that's Essien's volley, and it's into the Gallagher end. Chris Hiddink has been to this stadium before as a coach. Lost here with PSV in the UEFA Cup quarter-final 5 years ago this month. Guess who scored the first goal for Newcastle? And it wasn't Ian Dowie, I can tell you that. Alex. Essien, caught by Nicky Butt. Perfectly timed tackle. Gutierrez. Jose Enrique now. Owen and Martins in the middle, 2 of the smaller men on the field, but it still came through to Martins because of Alex's slip. He wasn't quite ready for it. Alex went past the ball. Martins was off balance. And he's missed the best chance of the game yet. Wouldn't it be fitting for a Newcastle number 9 to score the first goal of his time in charge? He would have loved to have had that opportunity. Lampard through for Anelka, who's onside and trying to leave Bey behind. It's into the side netting, and Harper congratulates his defender for the part he played in making Anelka miss. Perfectly timed run by Nicholas Anelka. He's away, but back comes Bey. Nicky Butt heads the corner to safety and is caught late by Alex. Free kick, no harm done. Mike Ashley sits alongside Derek Lambius, Newcastle's managing director. He was the man who made the call last Saturday to get everything in motion. I can only imagine how it started. Alan, I've got an idea. Peter Lovenkrantz is down and clutching his ribs. And got a rib tickler from Florin Malouda. Never ceases to amaze in football at this level, played at this pace, how the most innocuous looking challenge results in the more serious injuries. And we hope that is not as serious as it looks. Mikel. Kalou. It's Anelka. Colaccini quickly in behind him. Can't take the ball away from Anelka though. Essien. Into Malouda. Flag has stayed down. Blocked by Harper. Colaccini away, and now it's Damien Duff and Jose Enrique, and danger is averted for Newcastle. This was the first time that Chelsea have really carved their way through the Newcastle defence. Harper had his body in just the right place to make the block, even if he couldn't hold on. Malouda. Through for Anelka, onside, but tame. Really big chance for the Premier League's leading scorer. It's Colaccini playing him onside. Well timed the run. It's an awful header. This is Martins. Well, he managed to get half a yard away from Alex, but couldn't direct the shot. Alan Shearer, Paul Gascoigne, Goose Hiddink. Memories of a beautiful summer's day at Wembley at Euro 96. England 4, Holland 1. Sorry, Goose. Duff. Colaccini caught. Anelka was so quickly in, and it's broken for Anelka again. It's a great tackle by Bay. It's off the woodwork for Lampard. It's a soft goal, but it's a huge goal for Chelsea. The questions are being asked amongst the Newcastle United management team. Colaccini, too casual. In came Anelka. Colaccini again. Didn't win it, had to win it. And there's Lampard in the right place. The first goal conceded of the Shearer era, and it's largely down to a mistake by a player who's been one of their more solid performers all season, Fabrizio Colaccini. Martins up against Alex, who isn't perturbed at all by the attentions of the Newcastle striker. Check launches. That's Anelka and Lampard. Chelsea are through. It's Malouda, and he's slotted the ball under Steve Harper. And Chelsea are surely going back with the points. A simple help on by Nicolas Anelka, played forward to Flora Malouda, who finishes beautifully. One goal, one assist for Frank Lampard, 2 goals for Chelsea. Gutierrez. Here's Martins, through for Michael Owen. Ivanovic and Alex will try to shut the door. Nothing for him to even smile about in the second half. No chances all game for Owen. Jose Enrique. Nicky Butt. This is Michael Owen now. Turned back across goal. Ashley Cole thinks he's kept it out. Linesman keeps his flag down. Play goes on with Damien Duff. The Gallagate end was a goal. Owen will ask the question once he gets another chance. It's not going to change anybody's mind now, though. It's about a foot over, is the message from Owen. How much of a case do Newcastle have? It seemed to look as though it was over the line. The whole of the ball has got to be over. I don't know if this will tell us any better. Oh, it must be. It must be. Ian Dowie is quite forceful in his complaints towards Mark Halsey. Just a little shake of the head from the man in charge. Well, the party's over, at least for this week. I guess the hard work starts now for Newcastle. 2 more minutes to go. The damage might not be done yet. This is Kalou. Great block by the feet of Harper. That was terrific. Hill keeps scrapping. There's Ballack over the top. Kalou had the run on Colaccini. Perhaps not confident enough in the way he struck it.
Well, of course, we knew that with the coming of Alan Shearer, that it would be supported by everyone. So we have to get off the noise of the game and try to play good triangles, good possession, but also try to harm them. I think we had a rather good start.
You know Alan Shearer as the player. Did you hear anything from him as the manager? Was he barking down there?
Yeah, a few bits, particularly in the second half. He was on the line. He was very emotional, and he's obviously a hero up here, and rightly so, because of what he achieved as a player. He was an absolutely fantastic player, an all-time great in England. So, yeah, hopefully he can work his magic from the bench, him and Ian Dowie and the team he's got with him. I think they're great pros, great lads, and hopefully they can inspire Newcastle to points to stay up.
Well, shortly after the game, I spoke to Alan Shearer. Alan, if you were still a pundit, how would you sum that game up?
First half, I was very, very happy with their performance. I think effort-wise, they were fantastic. I think Steve Harper's had one sort of average save to make in the first half, so we sort of nullified them without creating anything ourselves. And going in at half time, I was reasonably happy and was reluctant to change too much. So, but we've made a mistake in the second half, and we've went 1-0 down. And we all know that you make mistakes in this league against the big boys and you get punished, and that's what happened. So we've gone 1-0 down, and then you're reluctant to open up too much to try and change the game because of the quality that they possess, Chelsea. And we ended up sort of chasing the game. We gone 2-0 down, and I know that some people will say, well, there was a perfectly good goal over the line, but it wasn't the linesman's fault. We've lost today. But plenty positives to take from the game, and we'll move on.
If you're doing the analysis, I imagine you might pick out a couple of mistakes from your central defence. I think Hansen might do that. I'm
sure he will do, yeah. He'll take great... Well, he won't take great pleasure in it. I'm sure he won't. But he'll look at that, I'm sure. But it's mistakes. I know it keeps happening here at Newcastle, but it's my job now for the remaining 7 games to try and cut those mistakes out.
How can you do that?
We've got to work with them. I've got to give them as much confidence as I can. Concentration, and try and educate of what I know and what Ian Dowie knows and what Chris Hughton and Colin Calderwood know, to try and see games out. I mean, I would have been quite content going into the last 15 or 20 minutes of this game, going in 0-0 and maybe nick one from a set piece. But the positive is that we're not going to be playing the Chelsea every week, because they're a very good side. They can win the league this year, they can win the Champions League, and we didn't really create a great deal against them.
How have you found the whole week and the build-up, Alan? Totally different, of course, from sitting here.
It's very different from sitting with you guys. I've really enjoyed it. It's been hard work, but I knew what I was putting myself into. It's been a tough couple of days, and in a way I'm pleased that this game's out the way, so we can get in tomorrow morning and talk about things, and then start afresh on Monday morning. We've got a few more days to work with the player before next Saturday's game.
We've let you out on loan, Alan. Can we expect to see you back?
You will be seeing me back, definitely.
Come what may, even if you win the remaining 7 games, do you think they'll possibly let you go at Newcastle?
Yeah, I'll be back with you, lads. Don't sound too excited, though.
We needed to know, of course, because whether to make a new signing or not.
No, keep my space for me, please.
OK, we'll keep that space for you. One bit of advice, next time you get a manager's job, don't start with Chelsea. You should have waited till Monday. But thanks for talking to us, Alan, anyway, Alan, and we wish you all the very best.
Thanks very much.